Hi, I'm Tracy, and today I'm going to talk about Instagram's newest feature, Instagram Checkout. But first, let's get started with a good old-fashioned hands-up time. We love them here at Essentials. Do you remember what the first ever post on Instagram was? Hands up if you think it was a picture of food. Anyone? If you think it was a picture of a sunset. A few more hands going for that one. Or if you think it was a picture of an animal. Well, all the animal lovers are correct. It was indeed of this dog and a foot, but mainly of the dog. And this was posted by the CEO and co-founder of Instagram. And unfortunately, we don't know the name of the dog. But a lot has changed since this dog went down in social media history. We have a quick look at the evolution of Instagram. Launched in 2010 on iOS only, soon rolled out onto Android. 2 years later, bought by Facebook. They really saw the potential of this platform. Hardly a surprise that a year later, advertising was introduced onto Instagram. 2 years later, one of the biggest turnarounds on Instagram, Instagram as we know it today, was the introduction of stories. And this was a feature that was borrowed from another app that we won't get into right now. But this had such an impact on the users on Instagram. 2 years later, 2018, 1 billion users using Instagram. This was huge. And what we see as being the next big feature on Instagram is the most recent rollout, and that is checkout. And we'll get into that in just a second. But if we go back to that 1 billion users, what does that look like? Well, 60% of Instagram users are actually logging in on a daily basis. 60% of 1 billion, that's a lot of people. But it doesn't really surprise us because we know that we all love Instagram. In fact, we love Instagram so much that nobody ever wants to leave Instagram. Instagram's biggest challenge is that its greatest strength is actually its greatest weakness from an advertising point of view. And we've seen this ourselves in the ads that we've rolled out for Instagram. Great engagement rates, but nobody's clicking through. Instagram has tried and tested numerous call to action buttons over the years, but people aren't leaving the app. And when you think about Instagram, it really does come down to it that it is such a creative platform. The users that really embrace Instagram have just the creativity at heart. And something we don't do very often as digital marketers, but if we think in terms of traditional media, well, Instagram is really like the glossy magazine. It's like Vogue, it's like Harper's Bazaar, Marie Claire. When you buy this, you really want to engage with it. You sit down, you make a cup of coffee, you really spend a bit of time reading this glossy magazine. And when you think about the ads that are in these glossy magazines, you're never really going to see a picture of a pair of shoes or a handbag with a big price tag slapped on it. That's never going to make a past editorial. These ads in the glossy magazines, they're selling a lifestyle, a look, it's an experience. And that's what Instagram is. It's selling an experience to us. So Instagram has tried and tested a few things in recent times. Most recently, it's been the introduction of shopping tags. You've probably all seen these. And recently enough, actually, was stickers on stories. And these keep users on the app. You click, you reveal a little bit more about it. And they are working to a certain extent. There's averaging about 30 million users monthly clicking on these shopping tags on posts. But again, nobody is leaving the app. It's still not driving people over to websites. It's keeping everyone on Instagram. So Instagram's had to put its thinking cap back on again. And when you're thinking about anything to do with online shopping, you got to look to the masters, and that's Amazon. And in 2017, coincidentally enough, Amazon's patent on the one-click purchase expired after 18 years. And we all know what a game changer this was when it comes to hassle-free online shopping. So with that in mind, Instagram have introduced Instagram Checkout. And this video will do a much quicker job of explaining it than I will. Are we sound? Maybe not. Oh, there we go. So there you have it. Pretty simple. You plug in your feeds, your catalogs, similar to how you would have done with your CPA ads on Facebook. And from a user point of view, nothing major is changing in terms of the shopping tags you're clicking through. But what has changed is what you click through to. You're still in the app, but you're going to add your size, you're going to add your color of the product that you've been looking at. And then you enter your payment details just once, your delivery details just once, and they will stay on the platform and you can use them again and again. And what probably was the most interesting part of that at the end end is that your notifications on your delivery, your updates on your shipping are all coming directly from the app itself, which is really establishing Instagram as a player in the e-com space. So, sounds great. Sign me up. How do I get on board? Well, you saw again at the end of that video that it's just been rolled out to a handful of brands at the moment, and these are major e-commerce players, so they are trialing and testing it, soon to be rolled out on organic. As we see with Instagram, they really do have the user experience at heart, so they tend not to push these things out too quickly. They really want to test it. But we do see it coming to paid social pretty quickly. A couple of organic features are starting to roll out onto social recently, so we see the same with this in the coming year or two. But there's a lot you can do really to get ahead of the pack when it comes to this, and that's really thinking about your creative, what you're putting on Instagram at the moment. When it comes to your products, again, it's back to the glossy magazine analogy. Imagine you're sitting there reading your Vogue, you see something you like, there's a buy now button, you click it once, your payment details are there, your delivery details are there, you're shopped, you're done, it's like on the way to you, you turn the page, you continue reading, nothing's changed. This is what Instagram is trying to achieve with this Instagram checkout on the platform. The smart marketer will really get ahead with this by really starting to think about what the creative looks like for product on Instagram at the moment. We really do see this being a really powerful tool in driving sales on what's already one of the world's most used platforms. Thanks.